Hi, and a very warm welcome. My name is Gaia, and this is the introductory video to the 10-minute daily morning yin yoga class. If you're already familiar with my daily classes, you might know that this is something intended to be done every single day, so there really isn't that much talking inside of the class. I'm not explaining too much, and that is why this introductory video is so important to watch. For our 10-minute daily morning yin practice, I really wanted to create something that can be done even if perhaps you do not have that much time in the morning. I know for a lot of people, mornings have a lot of things going on, and so I really wanted to offer something that is short, sweet, but also very effective. You can use these 10 minutes to really connect with yourself, to ground into your body, to set intentions for your day. And you'll see, maybe especially if you've never had such a practice before, that taking even something as little as 10 minutes in your morning can really make a difference in how your day goes. The class is suitable for absolutely all experience levels. No props are required, but I will, of course, share some modifications, some alternatives, just in case the practice as it is, as I show it, does not really suit your body or suit your needs. This way you have a nice variety of options at your disposal to really tweak the practice so that it best serves you, because every person is unique. Every person has different preferences, and I really like to offer these things so that you can tailor something to yourself in the best possible way. For Anahatasana or melting heart, you have some options. The first is, if you have any sort of knee sensitivity, you can absolutely place a blanket under your knees to give yourself some additional padding. The other option is to take either a pillow or a yoga block and place it wherever your head is going to come in this pose. So as always, make sure that your hips are stacked over the knees. And then once you lower down, you can absolutely lower your forehead on the prop. This way, it's not as intense or as extreme. And you can choose whatever height of prop suits you. Like I said, it can be just any pillow, block, or sometimes even just a folded up blanket is a super nice option. Another variation with this pose is that once you get into your melting heart, you can decide if you want to keep your arms extended, or you can also lower your forearms down. The third option, which is sometimes really nice, is to place your hands into reverse prayer, stretching a little bit differently. So you really have plenty of options here, plenty of variations to choose what serves your needs that morning best. And I have hair everywhere. When it comes to Sphinx or Salamba Bhujangasana, it can be a bit much on the low back. So even though we are pressing through the pubic bone to lengthen out through the low back, this might be a bit too much of a back bend. You can absolutely walk your arms further out, and that way the back bend is much lesser. You can also place a pillow or a folded blanket underneath your chest to give yourself some extra support, doing a more supported version, which can also feel absolutely beautiful, especially in a yin yoga practice. And for our next stretch, if Sukhasana does not feel comfortable, you can always grab either a pillow or a block and place it underneath your sitting bones to raise your sitting bones, and this way it's usually much nicer and easier to sit. Your hips can relax, your hips can open up. Alternatively, you can also come into a kneeling position. That works just as well. All we really want is just a nice comfortable position that we can have a tall, long spine in. That is the most important thing, especially with our neck stretch, because we really want this length as we then stretch the neck. That being said, because this is a morning practice, there is no shavasana because we do not want to fall back asleep. I wanted to create something that is slightly more energizing. Even though this is yin yoga we are talking about, you can make it pretty energizing. For that reason, the holds are shorter, but still long enough that you get those beautiful yin benefits, stretching the fascia, grounding into yourself, really being in that beautiful stillness and silence that yin yoga is so beneficial for. As I said in the beginning, this is something that can be repeated every single day. These poses are a wonderful way to wake up your body and to connect with yourself. And just keep in mind, because this is a morning practice, sometimes our bodies are a bit more stiff in the morning, they are not as stretchy. So don't give yourself a hard time if perhaps a pose does not look or feel the same as it normally would. Treat your body with kindness, treat yourself with gentleness, and with so much love, because you do deserve nothing but the best. Thank you so much, and I will see you in practice.